Welcome back, everyone. This is Super Kelly Brothers Podcast, episode number 139 for the 19th of September. My name's Sloan Kelly.
My name's Jody Kelly.
And what a week we've had.
Wow.
Quite a lot of news. I've been doing some stuff. I've been in, mostly today. We have an above-ground pool, and we were draining it. That was my job today. And yesterday I started, and I got my hose, my garden hose in the back.
Pardon? All right, I'm glad you cleared that.
Tied it into there, and then actually I didn't do that first of all because I dragged it out to the front of the house because the pool's obviously never. Who the hell's got a pool in their front garden? That's ridiculous. So I dragged. Exhibitionists. So I dragged the hose to the front thing, and I got as far as the garage door, and no further, Your Honour, the side of the garage door. So I was like, "No, I need to go and buy a new hose." So I had to go and buy a 100-foot hose. So that was my first thing. I was like, "All right, fine." And then
you ever thought of hiring a few midgets and some straws in a bucket?
Just a thought. Probably would have been quicker. So here's the thing as well. So I don't have a pump either. So basically it's gravity. So luckily there's obviously it's driveway, so it goes down a hill. It was coming out as a trickle.
I'll give you some advice, right?
I should have started it like that, created a vortex like you used to do with the Iron Brew bottles.
I work in swimming pool filtration, right? I'll give you some advice, right?
Not actually in the swimming pool though. You work in a dry office.
Yes, I don't work inside a swimming pool.
No.
Filter.
Yeah.
Some midgets and straws. Aye, it would be. Midgets that sing all the time, don't they? What the hell?
Where's this going?
Anyway, so what I would do is get a half decent domestic setup, and your pump will, you could set the pump up so that it will drain your pool as well. So your inlets become, or just
outlets.
Or what you could do, I don't know if you could suck it through a vacuum, the dolphin vacuum things that you get. Yeah, that runs. And then you could just do that to drain.
I've got a shop vac.
Instead of using what you're doing. But anyway,
these are options. I'll tell you something. I bought a shop vac about 2 years ago.
Problems.
One of the best things I've ever bought. It was a wet and dry shop vac, and it is fantastic. Yeah. And I paid like $50 for it or something. It's brilliant. And the reason why I bought it is because I didn't want to do the guttering, because it's up a ladder, and I don't like I'm okay with heights, but I don't like going up ladders. I get like the third rung up, and I'm like like that, and I can't do it. So I bought this thing and a kit that went with it, which was like $27 or something. And and it was just basically a big hose like that would put in it, and kind of hook. That's fantastic. Anyway, so I was doing that, and then selling my car. So I've got my old car, which the transmission's gone on it. Apparently it's a $35 part that you can fit in about 2 hours, but I have zero mechanical ability, so I'm like I can't do it. So we're selling that car, so I need to go and get pictures taken and make it look nice and detail it and all that kind of stuff. So I was doing that yesterday and today as well. So I've actually had a kind of busy weekend, and then of course I'm fresh from, I was doing all this sort of pre-show stuff, and I was sitting watching the Bills game. Go Bills! And they were triumphant against the Dolphins of Miami, 35-0.
Aye, there you go.
So
I don't know what any of that means, but nice one.
Well, it's 5 touchdowns.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
We were camping.
You went camping?
Yeah, we did. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's just the one night. And this is the first time you've been
camping. That's what everybody keeps saying. Everyone keeps saying we abandoned. We didn't. It was always going to be one night because I'm working tomorrow.
Okay.
So
we could have gone earlier. We could have gone on Friday.
No, we couldn't because I don't want to set up. Because by the time we drove down there, it would have been dark. I don't want to set up in the dark and stuff. So, so we set up Saturday morning, and we took down tomorrow. this morning about 11 o'clock or something. But it was just to kind of, something to do, and it was cheap. So cool.
I think camping is a lot like cruising. People who have never camped before will say to you, "Oh no, I wouldn't want to do that. That sounds like a nightmare to me." And it's similar to cruising as well. People go, "Oh no, I wouldn't want to do cruising." If you do it one time, I guarantee it, you'll be like, "When are we going camping next?"
Cruising means something totally different here. You know
that? It means something totally different here as well. But
picking up men.
Well, yeah.
I'm assuming when you say cruising, you mean
going on a cruise.
Going on a cruise.
Going on a cruise, yeah.
Do you realise how middle class you sound? By the way, your swimming pool and your cruises.
In my
God, man,
in my car that
get
I'm
back
selling.
to earth. Yeah, I was training my swimming pool, and yes, we're cruising.
Oh, I don't have my glasses. Oh well, no nice.
Anyway, next one. Anyway, we were camping. Yeah. Cool. It's good.
My diamond shoes are too tight. My wallet's too small for my 50s.
God.
No, but seriously though, camping is a great like we would go for like 3 or 4 nights down to Darien Lake when the border was open, and we'd have a great time there because you pay for the campsite, which is really relatively cheap. It's like $40 a night or something compared to like $100 at the hotel. Got to bring your own tent and pitch, but that's kind of the fun and enjoyment of it. You buy the firewood on the way there, you set fire to it, and you feel like, oh, this is great, and nature and all that kind of stuff.
Well, ours cost £25, which I suppose is probably equivalent to $40.
Comparable, yeah.
And it included
it was by a loch as well.
Included the swimming pool.
Oh, there you go.
Which we had to ourselves.
What?
I'm assuming that's lockdown stuff.
I'm assuming you.
Basically.
I'm assuming the reason why you had it to yourself was because you went dive bombers and just jumped in straight away and everyone went off and I love it. And
No,
that'd be funny.
No.
So but, was it like a there's campsite? So there's the swimming pool there. Was there like a bar and restaurant type thing there as well?
There was a bar, restaurant, archery, a nine course pitch and putt.
Oh wow!
It was on the lot. It's called the Three Lochs. So there's like 3 lochs, which had paddle boarding and fishing if you wanted to fish.
Sweet.
Tons of stuff. It was really good.
Nice.
Really nice. Enjoyed.
That's delightful. So are you going again? Have you got an appetite for it now? You're like, oh, could do this again.
I think me and Danny had a good sleep. Evelyn didn't.
Oh, okay.
I had this. We'd all had different sleeping bags, and Evelyn had this kind of shiny one, which we'd never really slept in the sleeping bags before. I had this kind of. It felt cozy, right?
Yeah.
And it was, and Danny's was cozy because he had a hood and stuff, and his Evelyn was freezing. She never really had a good sleep.
Oh, really?
But, and also she didn't realise that you need to kind of keep your clothes on a little bit, So she was like just in her kind of leggings and a t-shirt, whereas I had my jumper on, my neck scarf, and kind of long kind of cozy trousers.
It does depend on
kind of pajamas.
It does depend on what time of year you go camping, because you can go camping in the summer. It's quite warm in the tent.
Well, it was warm when we got in the tent, but it was raining, kind of thing, and I think she was pretty cool. Anyway, but when I got out, I was like, oh, it was nice and cozy, and I got out, and she was like socks and everything, and I was like, got out bare feet. She's like, oh my god, you're not even wearing any socks, and you're still cozy, and I'm like, what can I say?
Why didn't you all buy the same sleeping bags then?
It's just what we had. Basically. Yeah, it's been a mismatch of sleeping bags over the years, and that's what we had. So we just took them. Just assumed they'd be as good as each other.
One of the times we went camping, I felt very outdoorsy because I had the truck at the time, and I'd lashed down the back and I put a tarp on it, and so it was just full of camping equipment, and it was the whole family that went there. But it was a cold. It was like September, October we went, and it can get a bit chilly, September, October at night. And when we woke up, Sam was curled up beside Tracy. she was. We had one of these like 5-man tent things, so it was quite a big tent. In fact, we still have it, and both Anime and I went camping by ourselves, and it's far too big. It's a bit like camping in the middle of the Albert Hall, where you rattle your jewelry, obviously. Anyway, and and it's just this big dome tent. But when it's 5 people, it's quite cozy. But Sam would curl up with Tracy when it was cold. Shall we get to the news?
I think we better. Folk are shouting at us.
Sad news. We're going to start with the obituary column, as we seem to be doing this weather. Norm Macdonald passed recently.
That was a big one, eh?
61, cancer, which he apparently been sort of hiding, or at least I didn't know he had cancer.
Well, it wasn't publicly,
he wasn't talking about it. Very, very funny, very sharp man. Very dry sense of delivery as well. Kind of Stephen Wright type delivery. Ish.
Good in movies as well. There's acting roles and stuff as well.
He also played the Blob guy in the Orville as well.
Oh, did he? Didn't know
that. And he was on Saturday Night Live as well. That was his sort of big thing at the start of his career, was doing a Weekend Update where he would roast O.J. Simpson every week, which is funny. Sad news. 61. R.I.P. And we also lost John Chalice as well, who played Boise, Alarm Marlene, in Only Fools and Horses. That was yesterday. So it had been reported 2 weeks ago or something, I think it was, or last week, that he'd cancelled it. He was doing a one-man show, and he cancelled it because of ill health.
Really?
And it's cancer and all that kind of stuff. So he's 79. Passed away.
Good age.
Yeah, it's good age, but still sad to
still
sad. Someone's gone away. And one of my heroes passed away as well.
Which is not
really the world of entertainment, but it kind of punched me in the feels a little bit this week, which is Sir Clive Sinclair. Sir Clive Sinclair, British inventor, the guy who gave us the ZX81, ZX80, ZX81, ZX Spectrum, Quantum Leap, C5, and other miraculous devices. But it was
basically
just ZX Spectrum.
A pioneer of home computing, really. He was the kind of one of the originals.
And one of these things.
And we played our first computer games on a. Oh no! Well, I'll tell a lie. It was a grandstand kind of Pong machine.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Our first games that were sort of diverse and things like that were all created on his little machine.
Do you remember that we went to? And this is actually the recreated ZX Spectrum that Jody got me for my birthday one year. But it feels like the old Sinclair ZX Spectrum, and it looks fantastic. It's exactly the size that it was. It was licensed by Amstrad, who actually it was licensed by B Sky B, who now owns the rights to this design.
Right.
Through bizarre things.
Murdoch?
Yeah. I think it's part of News Corp now. So it was licensed by them. It's fantastic. But this was 16K, the one that I got for a birthday or Christmas one year, and and I remember going to John Menzies. You and me, we had like £6, and we went down, which is a lot of money back then. And we went down to John Menzies, and we picked up a game which we thought was going to be good, and it was like Quicksilver's Centipede or something. We took it home, loaded it in with the tape, waited 10 minutes for it to load, and it was crap. It was the worst game ever. So we went back, and we picked up another game, and they said, "Oh, this is garbage." We picked up another game, went back, played it. It was garbage, and I think we did it like 3 times. And then the last game, we're like, "Okay, that's it. We're not going to pick any more games. This is the last one. Whatever one this is the one that we're keeping." And it was Jetpack. by Ultimate
really?
Play the Game.
I don't remember that.
Oh yeah, no, that's my fondest memory of the Spectrum. Like everything else, kind of that and playing Bruce Lee with our mates and just like beating the crap out of it, like taking turns to beat the crap out of it.
We have the Exploding Fist as well. That was a good one. Remember that one?
Yeah, and Yi Ar Kung Fu as well. They were great games actually. Yeah, but the
all the master
so good.
The Master System, not Master System. Remember the 199 games?
Yeah, Mastertronic.
Mastertronic games. They were great as well.
You used to go mental for those games. You'd be like, these are like Clumsy Colin.
That was on the Commodore 64.
That was a Commodore 64. Was that plumber game which I found infuriating, but you loved as well, where it was very the jump was very floaty. Right. And you had to like kind of like touch things, and as soon as you touched it, it would like flick between off and on like rapidly. But you managed to get it pixel perfect, so it would like bounce, and then you'd be off it. I could never get it.
What was the other one? The kind of thrust. It was called. Remember that? That was
thrust,
on.
That was it was on the Spectrum, but it was on the 64 is the one I remember playing it.
Don't mistake that with the 18 certificate movie.
No.
Thrust.
No.
Yeah. So it's very sad. Clive's not there.
I was thinking 80 cancer again. But I don't think that there's a few people in the games industry today that owe their careers to this man. I'm one of them. That owe it to this little device here. Dave Jones used to make these machines in a factory in Dundee, and he got laid off because they stopped making them. And he decided that he was going to go and make video games instead.
And he made
Lemmings. He made GTA. He made Blood Money was the first game that they did on the Amiga. They did Walker. They did a whole bunch of games for Psygnosis, which became Sony's Liverpool studio and eventually just became part of Sony Europe.
And then Grand Theft Auto became the thing it is now.
Whatever happened to Grand Theft Auto? Never hear about it.
He was your boss, though.
He was, yeah. Back in the day, yeah. Used to have tea with him in the morning. It's very nice. Tea and biscuits with Dave Jones.
Tea and biscuits. What kind of biscuits did they like?
I can't remember. They were playing, but it was custard creams. I think we mostly had.
Ah, class.
And those, those Foxes ones.
Oh, kind of classics.
Yes, that's the ones. Yeah, those ones. Yeah, but mostly custard creams. Occasionally we get the Foxes ones.
Brilliant.
Anyway, yeah.
A wee insight there to the gaming world through biscuits. Dave Jones.
Dear. Yeah. Did you know that Han Solo is joining the cast of Obi-Wan Kenobi?
What?
Exclusive. Allow me to blow your fragile little mind.
Ooh.
Yep. Han Solo himself, Sun Kang, is joining Obi-Wan.
Pardon?
That character there from Fast and Furious is called Han Solo.
Oh.
See what I did there?
He's excited.
I know. Yep, Armitage Shanks isn't in it. Sorry.
No.
But Su Kang's in it. Apparently he's getting a lightsaber. Nobody knows if he's going to be a Jedi or not, but he's getting a lightsaber.
No.
So is Ahsoka going to be in the Obi-Wan show?
Armitage could be in it.
Could be.
We're talking young Solo here.
Yeah. What was his
name?
For
listeners that haven't been listening to this for a while.
Because they know these Star Wars stories. Alden Enric, this guy.
Armitage
Shanks.
So he, if it's he could be in it, couldn't he?
I mean, it could be.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like 10, 12 years older than Luke Skywalker. So if this is set, when is this going to be set? Book of Boba Fett, Obi-Wan, perhaps the most anticipated of all it says, but it's
10
Obi-Wan.
years. 10 years after the 10 years after the prequels, I think.
Oh, okay, maybe not then.
So I reckon Han Solo is probably kicking about.
Yeah.
Why not? Why not? Put him in, you know.
Obi-Wan Kenobi is perhaps the most anticipated of all the planned shows. Is it?
Yeah.
Is it? Is it for some people? I think for me it's Boba Fett, but
well, I would say Obi-Wan's a big one because he's one of the original cast members of the prequels and stuff.
yeah.
Ewan McGregor's beloved as Obi-Wan. He was probably the most beloved character of the prequels because he did it really well and stuff. And it was
He's a film score.
it was, and it was done with great respect as well.
Yeah.
As opposed to Luke Skywalker and Last Jedi. Anyway, he could the young Solo could actually be in the Boba Fett book of Boba Fett. No, it couldn't. It couldn't. Sorry.
No, it's too.
Because that's post Return of the Jedi.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I couldn't. Damn it.
Oh yeah, because this is his this is Boba Fett the Wilderness Years, isn't it?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
This is the Godfather Boba Fett. It's going to be a mafia.
Yes.
This is Star Wars mafia show. This is the Sopranos of Star Wars the Sopranos. That's what it's going to be.
I think you might be right. Yeah.
This is remember when they first announced the Boba Fett thing and it was going to be Star Wars Underworld or something it was going to be called, and they leaked the footage sort of thing of kind of test footage or whatever it was.
Yeah.
This is going to be it.
That was also going to be a video game as well, Level 1313, which I really wanted to play.
Yeah.
And those kind of shows, I think, kind of morphed into The Mandalorian. Like, because they still had that idea of this Mandalorian kicking around. And because originally it was going to be like a bounty hunter, and then it was going to be Boba Fett, and then it became a Mandalorian. I'm not excited to see Obi-Wan reprising his role. Obi-Wan reprising his role as Ewan McGregor. Ewan McGregor reprising his role as Obi-Wan. But I'm really looking forward to the Book of Boba Fett.
Me too, but then that's because we're totally invested in what's happened to the Mandalorian. We're completely on board.
I know.
Whereas Obi-Wan's new, but yeah, man, I'm pushing all my chips in.
And don't forget, there's also Andor as well on the horizon.
I'm pushing my chips in for that as well.
Yeah, I think that might be good as well. That might be a kind of Bourne Identity type show. And I know we're talking about, this is like, Sopranos and this is like Bourne Identity and this is whatever it is. That's fine. Like
that's the way it should be.
I don't see why there shouldn't. I don't see why you can't take. We'll take this genre and we'll put it into space.
That's exactly what I want to see happen. Definitely. I need to just 2 seconds. Sorry.
Okay. Do you want to know release dates for movies?
Yes.
Okay. So according to Giant Freaking Robot, what a great name for a website. I'm assuming they mean Iron Giant. I don't know that. The Wolverine movie has a release date.
Oh, recast?
I don't know. Maybe it'll be Hugh Jackman himself. I don't know. But there's dates out there for 2024, and one of the slots is for Captain America 4, which I'm assuming is the Falcon taking over or I guess
right.
Maybe that'll be the origin of Falcon 2. I don't know. There's that one. Deadpool 3 is slotted in for that, and then another slot has been an untitled Wolverine movie. It seems like you'd think that this would be in the planning stages right about now.
I think there will be an overlap of Wolverine and Deadpool though at some point, because Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds are big pals, and they have this kind of fake spat over
rivalry
Twitter.
thing. Yeah.
Aye. So I think that'll. I hope anyway.
Jackman owns a coffee company, and Reynolds is a spokesperson for Aviation Gin, and so they have this kind of like cross branding thing going on. Yeah. So I didn't know that Wolverine first appeared in an Incredible Hulk comic. I learned that from this article on Giant Freaking Robot, which is kind of interesting. So yeah, they're talking about General Thunderbolt Ross, played by William Hurt. He's going to be back. He's all over the What If. I noticed.
Been good. What If actually? Been good.
Yeah.
It's not blowing my mind or anything, but you know.
Yeah. Do you want to get into that tonight? The only thing I was going to mention is that the Emmys are tonight. I suppose you want me to watch them.
If you don't mind, I won't be able to. What time are they on at? Your time?
8, I think. The red carpet's at 7:30, but I'm gonna. What are you wearing? All that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, you could probably watch we could all watch the highlights and talk about it next week. I suppose.
Yeah. I feel like we have to watch it live. There's nothing else on TV anyway, so.
No, fair enough.
That's fine.
Do a live video.
Do it live.
No.
just me going, oh.
Unanimity.
Yeah. I'll wear my sequin dress now, maybe a tuxedo.
Exactly. So we'll talk about that next week.
Yep. All right. And that's it. So I guess we can get into what are you watching?
Hello?
Hello. What are you watching?
Oh, all right. Sorry.
That was your cue.
That was my cue.
There. We'll do it again. Hang a minute. So that leads us quite nicely into.
Well, funny you've been asking me that.
I'll end that.
Well, that bit right now. We have been watching. I'll start with the rubbish stuff first.
Get out.
And this is fairly old, but because we've been watching Stranger Things with Danny, and he's got into Stranger Things, and his favourite character's Dustin, and all that. We've been watching.
Isn't everyone's favourite character Dustin?
Probably. We've been watching Prank Encounters. Did you ever watch that?
No.
It's a prank show that is quite elaborate, and it lasts about 20 minutes. And when the great reveal is done, everyone's like, huh? And doesn't recognise who he is. And it's not great.
Prank Encounters.
It's too big of a setup. It takes too long.
Yeah.
And then the the big reveal and the big kind of it's a prank.
I don't like these prank shows. There's another one
Nah,
as
I
well
don't.
where it's celebrities telling ordinary people what to do in a situation. So they're mic'd up, they've got like a mic in their ear, and the celebrity's going like, just reach across and just take the bit of meat on the plate and just take a bite of it and then put it back in the plate. And it's like, it just feels a bit like, it just feels inappropriate. It feels like a bunch of rich people bullying a bunch of not so rich people. I don't know. It just feels not good.
I like this. I like the show. Oh God, I can't remember the name of it, but it's the four guys in New York. And they do a kind of thing where they basically egg each other on to do stuff.
Friends?
No. God, I've watched that a million times. I'm a really big fan of it as well.
Sopranos?
No, can't remember. It's bad. It's bad. Anyway, it's funny, but this isn't funny.
Yeah.
I'll remember that later. So yeah, we watched that. I watched the Keith Richards bio thing on Netflix.
Oh yeah, okay.
So it's him kind of chatting about his life and stuff like that, you know, and about his musical influences and stuff. And it's good. It's really good. He comes across really nice, you know, good and stuff. And I'm sure he's a total wild man, obviously. I started reading his book a few years ago and didn't really get through it. I'm just amazed that he remembers any of the stuff that's happened in his life. But it's
maybe he
good,
writes
man.
it down.
Yeah, maybe he does a diary.
Yeah,
I doubt it.
like,
It doesn't strike me as the man that would do a diary.
Dear Diary, played Rio de Janeiro again. You try saying that 3 times fast.
Exactly.
Apparently, Scottish people can't say purple burglar alarm.
Purple, but they can't. They also can't say the word the name Carl without
Carl.
Sounding like Carol.
Carl.
Scottish people.
Carl.
Carl.
So, how would you pronounce the name Aaron?
Aaron. Or
Aaron.
Aaron.
Or Aaron.
Aaron.
Yeah. When it's over here, it sounds like Aaron. Erin.
That's just the accent, though.
I don't know if it is. Anyway.
On Friday night we had cinema night.
Nice.
And we watched the Chaos Walking, the new sort of Tom Holland Daisy Ridley movie.
All right. Okay.
It's on Prime just now.
Is it?
It got pelters when it was released. It's a kind of young adult sort of novel, I think, that was adapted into a movie. And
it's called Chaos Walking.
Chaos Walking, yeah. So it's all about this.
It's not over here.
Men and boys are left on this planet. All the women are killed. And the planet kind of feeds off them, and they can't hold in their thoughts, so they can actually visualize. Their thoughts are like visualized. So if they're trying to lie about something, it's like stop. That way you're kind of trying to stop thinking about something, but by stopping thinking about it, they visualize it and stuff, and you can actually see it as a cloud above their head and stuff. And it sounds a bit weird, but I really, really liked it. I thought it was really good.
Okay.
And it got panned. Yeah, it got panned, and I don't know why, because I think it's really well done, and I think it's really well acted, and I think it was directed really well. It looks good. The special effects are cracking. It's a little bit like a sci-fi version of Somebody with Tourette's. So whatever they're thinking, you can see it. But Tourette's, obviously, they just say it.
Right. Yeah.
But you can see it, and it's really, really good. I really, really enjoyed it. I really recommend it, actually. I'm not sure what the critics' score is on it, but I'm sure it didn't kind of do well. Do you know, it took so many years for it to get made as well. I think there's a few directors came on board and left, and it was one of those kind of production hell type things. But I think it turned out good. I really did. Really enjoyed it for my money.
Talking of directors being brought on to do stuff, Steven Spielberg's next project is West Side Story.
I know. He's been well. That's been in production for about 2 years.
Oh, has it? All right, okay.
I think it's probably been finished for 2 years. To be honest with you. Look forward to it. Only the last song and dance thing that he ever did was Temple of Doom. What are you laughing at? The opening scene.
I was just thinking, Crystal Skull. It was a bit of a song and dance.
No, the opening scene.
Oh no, yeah. In days of old,
that's the one.
Anything goes. Anything goes.
That's the one. That's the only time he's ever done that. Martin Scorsese did it with New York, New York.
Aye. Mm-hmm.
The old school kind of Coen Brothers did it with Hail Caesar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some great directors there have
gone
into that genre. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. The guy that did Whiplash did La La Land.
Oh, did he?
Mm-hmm.
That movie's 5 years old.
You like a musical? You liked old Hamilton, didn't you?
So I don't like musicals.
You don't like musicals?
No, I don't like musicals. I don't like the fact. I don't like the fact that they burst into song.
Right. Okay.
And that's why I liked Hamilton, because it was basically a concept album. It never stopped. It was music all the way through. They were singing all the way through, and occasionally they would speak.
Right. Well,
they would always be singing their feelings.
Right. Well, you and I, our mum, loved musicals, and we kind of get brought up on kind of Gene Kelly and stuff like
that. Yeah.
I defy anyone to watch Singing in the Rain and not have a smile on their face after it. We watched that at Christmas time. Absolute dynamite film.
Yeah.
As everyone knows, right? But such a great film. Watch that Christmas Day. You will be delighted.
I don't mind. I don't mind. Okay, there's a difference. There's musicals like Carousel, where they're walking along and they're talking away, and then all of a sudden you hear the music surging up, and you're going, "Oh God, here we go! Here comes another bloody song." And then there's the musicals where there's songs in it, and I don't mind those musicals.
I actually think you're more describing Disney movies when it does that, because songs kind of come out of nowhere. Yes, I remember A Star from the Sky. I remember A Star from the Sky. All that,
Yeah. That's I don't like
that. I remember. I've said this before as well, but when we went to see Frozen, me and Danny and Evelyn went to see Frozen. I don't think Jay was with us, and Hannah certainly wasn't. And I think it was the third song in, and Danny was like, I don't know, it was about 5 or 6, and he just turned to me and went, "Singing again?" And I'm like,
"This is Disney."
And kind of messed with him. However, Moana, I think we all love Moana, don't we?
Oh no, Moana's great.
Yeah.
All the songs on it are great, but again, a lot of them are written by Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Yeah, the Hamilton guy. Yeah. But I did enjoy La La Land though as well. I loved it. Something about I like Ryan Gosling and I like Emma Stone, and I think they were great.
I'm not a huge Ryan Gosling fan. I know everyone likes him, but I don't know.
I do.
There's something about him that he just exudes smug.
Aye. He was perfect in Blade Runner, so.
Yeah, because he had no emotion. That's Ryan Gosling. He just he looks like he's smelling poo the whole time. He's like,
he did this the movie Drive. You liked that, didn't you?
Drive. I've seen it. I can't. But the thing is that I'm not going to go out of my way to watch a Ryan Gosling movie unless I have to. In which case I had to.
Drive's good. Drive's great. Yeah.
Which was such a good movie, just for the simple fact we could go back and be in that world again. It was nice.
Oh God, what a great film!
I know.
Do you know? Talk about being respectful of the original material, right?
Mm-hmm.
No film has been more respectful than that Blade Runner movie. I don't think.
I've not watched a lot by Denis Villeneuve, but I've watched Arrival and I've watched Blade Runner 2049, and I love both those movies.
Yeah,
I've seen.
You should watch the film
the only spoiler
Prisoners as well. Prisoners is good as well.
Arrival is Jeremy Renner's in it, but as long as you forget that fact, you're okay.
You're not a fan.
Just forget.
Oh wait a minute, though. We need to talk about the Hawkeye trailer.
Oh, Hawkeye's got a new trailer out, and
Christmas
is
what's coming.
Her face from True Grit's in it. Seinfeld.
This could be their Die Hard TV series.
Could be.
I think the trailer looks absolutely brilliant. Really does.
Yeah, it does. Because this is him. He's going to be handing over the mantle to Haley, and he's not doing it anymore. And so he's bowing out, and this is his kind of swan song. So, that's a shame.
Yeah.
Through the wrong
looks good, man. It looks really good. Like, there's a kind of poster. I don't know if somebody's done it or if it was an official thing. There's a poster, and it's like the snow's falling and stuff, and they're walking down.
Nice.
Sort of Times Square type thing. It looks good.
Yeah, it does look good.
I'm well up for it.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm really looking forward to it. I think it.
And I wasn't before. Hawkeye's not like I couldn't care less, but that trailer made me, and that's the job of a trailer, to be fair.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm right up for that. Indeed. Drag you right in.
Drag you in.
So that's me, pretty much.
Did you watch What If? With
I did.
Sorry, I did. And T'Challa.
Aye. That was good. I enjoyed it.
It was okay. I liked it. There was a nice bit in it where who cares about spoilers? T'Challa ggets murdered by Killmonger. And because it's What If, I mean, it's like
which was surprising. Actually, I was quite surprised.
Because he Sonic blasts him to death. And so Killmonger becomes the Black Panther.
Yep.
And so the first thing you got to do is you got to drink that purple potiony stuff, and then you go like a dream walk or whatever it is, and he goes to the tree full of panthers.
Psychedelic Lion King.
It's kind of like it's a bit kind of Avatar-y, the bit where you see the tree of life and anyway, it's a bit like that. Anyway, and T'Challa's there, and he goes like, "You're not worthy," and you're just a charlatan and all that kind of stuff. And I thought that bit was really nice. That was the nice kind of like, especially give it a bit more weight to it, given what happened to Chadwick Boseman.
Totally.
But the rest of it I thought was okay. It was an okay episode. It felt like it was getting really going when the two of them were talking at the end. And they were kind of scheming about how they were going to like right the wrongs, and it felt like that's how Pepper was going to get her Iron Man suit. Was Shuri? What is her name? Letitia Wright's character's name. Is it Shuri?
Yeah, let's say that.
Because she's like the genius. She's the kind of Tony Stark of Wakanda.
As in, what are those?
Yeah, what are those? Yeah. Come on, where's Letitia? Yeah, Shuri. I guessed right. Anyway, so yeah, it was good seeing the two of them together and sort of getting that bit there. But the rest of it was okay. I kind of liked the whole. Oh, and by the way, Obadiah put me up to it. I liked that bit. That was funny.
Yeah.
It was good to see Happy in it as well. I think it was John Favreau as well. That was Don Cheadle. That was the other thing as well. Don Cheadle was in it, and that replaced Terrence Howard. He replaced Terrence Howard, and because Don Cheadle wasn't in the first Iron Man as Rhodey. It was Terrence Howard that was in the
that's
first
right.
one, and so
Yeah.
they replaced the character with Don Cheadle's likeness.
Yeah, as a War Machine.
Yeah.
So can you name the three characters in What If that are not voiced by the original actors?
On last night's episode?
No, in the whole series.
Tony Stark.
Correct.
Tom Holland.
Correct.
And Captain America.
Oh, maybe there's more than three.
I think as well some of them did reprise the role for some episodes and not for others. Like Steve Rogers in the first What If. That's not Chris Evans.
No.
Who's the other one
then? I've forgotten.
Chris Hemsworth? I don't know. Okay.
No. Well, he's not been in it, has he?
Oh, no, he was in it. Yeah, he was in it. He was Thor. He played Thor.
Speaking role.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Loki's been in it as well.
Yeah, that was definitely him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it was definitely him.
Yeah. Anyway, doesn't matter. Can't matter.
Is that you?
Have it. That's me.
Is that you? All right.
Yep.
Did I get to go?
Go for it.
Yes. Did you tell? Okay, last week I was trying to find the note and I can't find it. Would you tell me about the documentary, The Battered Bastards of Baseball?
Yeah, did I?
I watched it.
They're all got their teeth battered out and all that. The Boston.
No,
the Boston
it wasn't
team.
Then. No. It was a completely different one then.
It was a YouTube thing I told you to watch.
Okay. Well, it was completely not that then. So The Battered Bastards of Baseball, not basketball, baseball. Basically, it was this.
Oh, baseball? No, that was a ice hockey thing I said to you about.
Okay. No. So anyway, so I watched this documentary because I thought it was the one that you mentioned. So it's about baseball, which is a sport I kind of like. And Kurt Russell is being interviewed on it, and I'm like, huh? And then I noticed the main guy that they're talking about is a guy called Bing Russell, straight on Wikipedia. Bing Russell is the father of Kurt Russell, and I'm like, oh, okay. So it turns out this actor, Bing Russell, father of Kurt, he was mad keen on baseball. Like, he really wanted to be a baseball player. And then he caught the acting bug, and he's like, well, maybe I could go to Hollywood and make a move of it and all that kind of stuff. So he moved his family from Florida all the way to California to kickstart his career. And he basically, he said, Kurt Russell said his dad was a plumber actor. He said,
that's not the one you watched last that's not the one you watched last week. It was the one you watched last week that we spoke about.
The one that I watched, which was 2 weeks ago. No.
Was that ice hockey?
Untold Crimes and Penalties, which was ice hockey. It is almost exactly the same story. The same story. So basically, he went up to Portland, the sort of Cliff Notes version of it. He went up to Portland, created a baseball team, and had open tryouts. It was independent. It was away from all the Major League Baseball teams. They were not happy about it, but they let them have this team in Portland because they'd lost their AAA farm team, and they started winning game after game, like shellacking the other teams, like 7-0, 11-4, all these kind of like wild scores, and they were just these mutts that he put together, and it was that thing of, oh, I need a guy to do this, and I need you to do this, and he basically he treated it like it was like an ensemble cast, like everybody had their part to play, and nobody had what to say about him. Same as the other guy. Everybody really loved being on the team. They thought it was like the best time of their lives. They were together for 5 years, until MLB came in and went, nope, no more, and basically shut them down. And that's another kind of part of the story. But yeah, it was a fantastic documentary. It was really good. And it was just talking heads. It was just people talking. It would shows like clippings and all that kind of stuff of newspapers and previous interviews. It was on Netflix.
All right.
But yeah, Kurt Russell, he was the vice president in charge of baseball for the team. He was like 24 at the time. His dad went, "You can be VP."
Wow.
So yeah,
well,
great.
Legend.
But yeah, he was the Bing Russell. He was the general manager of this team of mutts playing baseball. But yeah, there was everybody on there. One of the guys is currently in the FBI witness protection programs. They couldn't get an interview with him.
Wow.
All that's kind of crazy stuff. Really good. Cool. Keeping up with the Beatles thing, Sam forced me to watch yesterday.
Oh yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this guy wakes up and after being in a car, well, he gets run over on his bike.
So had she seen it before?
Oh yeah, she'd seen it before. And I said, "Is this the one with the guy that loses his teeth?" And she goes, "No."
It does.
It's within the first 2 minutes of the movie.
It's Danny Boyle. It's a Danny Boyle movie.
Yeah,
He directed Trainspotting and stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. Yeah. Robert Carlyle's in. I didn't know that. No. Robert Carlyle.
I didn't realize Robert Carlyle was John Lennon.
Yeah, he's John Lennon because I'm going. He sounds familiar. Like I could hear it in the voice. And I'm going.
And I was like,
so familiar.
Who did he get to play John Lennon? And it wasn't until like I'd watched it, and it was like 6 months later. I'm like, who was that played Lennon? What a great fit is he for Lennon as an older
Fantastic,
man? Yeah. I actually felt that's quite emotional, that scene.
Yeah, that bit was really good. I love the bit he's sitting in the upturned fishing boat and the fishing boat's name's Imagine. That was nice. That was a nice touch as well. There was a lot of nice bits in it, but it was one of these movies where it was clearly a Richard Curtis movie, and it's like, all right,
that's a bit cheesy.
Yeah. He's going to do the right thing at the end, and just.
He wrote it, then, did he?
Yeah, he wrote it. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. Basically,
he also wrote
For the Funeral.
Mr.
Doom.
What was the other one?
That Blackadder.
No, he didn't write about a boy. One of those days.
I'll look it up.
One for it. Notting Hill, he wrote that.
Oh yeah, Notting Hill, yeah, that's the one. So his first movie was The Tall Guy, 4 Weddings and a Funeral, Bean, Notting Hill, Bridget Jones's Diary. He wrote that. The screenplay.
Wrote the script.
Love Actually, Bridget Jones.
Love Actually. Oh my God, that's the one. Right.
Mr. Bean's Holiday, The Boat That Rocked. Well, that was a good movie. The Boat That Rocked.
That was okay. Yeah, it was okay.
War Horse. Never heard of it.
Did you? Never heard of War Horse, Sloan? It's a Steven Spielberg film.
It's about a horse.
It's meant to be British. It's a play, actually.
Okay.
Evelyn's
in a book, in a film.
Mm-hmm.
About Time, Trash, Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again, and Yesterday.
There you go.
So he wrote a few things.
Mm-hmm.
It was okay. I thought it was okay. Keeping up with her James Bond. The name is James Bond. Trigger not stirred. We watched GoldenEye.
Nice one.
Which is Pierce Brosnan's first outing as James Bond, which would have been Timothy Dalton's last outing as James Bond, but they couldn't get the timing right, so he ended up not doing it, which is a damn shame because honestly, he made a really good Bond, and that last one that he was in, License to Kill, was really good.
Yeah.
Anywho, they followed up with this. What a movie! GoldenEye is really good. It's kind of James Bondy. They still have the kind of Timothy Dalton-y, making it a bit more real than previous Bonds. He was more of a superhero in the previous Bonds.
Yeah.
But still a great movie. It ticks along. It's not as ridiculous as other James Bond, like Octopussy, which is the worst James Bond movie ever made. It's so bad.
Not surprised.
It's so bad.
It's good you're watching all these. I'm quite kind of. Well, maybe do it one day myself. But yeah.
It's. Do you know what? It's like 27, 28 movies or something like that, and just it's going to take us half a year to watch all the Bond movies. But it's been worth it. It's been a nice trip down memory lane. To be honest, Sean Connery is is my favorite James Bond.
Still.
Although when I was growing up, Roger Moore was our James Bond, but
That's right.
on rewatching it, Sean Connery is like a million times better.
Yeah.
Like he's so much better. And
my
second favorite so far is Timothy Dalton. Controversial.
Interesting.
I
wonder if that'll change. That'll be interesting. Actually, it'll be interesting to follow your story to see if that'll change. To
be honest, I've seen Skyfall, and that's it of Daniel Craig's James Bond. So I don't know what that's going to be like. See, so I know that there's one of the James Bond movies I don't like, which is the one where the I can't remember the guy's name, but he plays a North Korean guy, and he becomes British. He becomes this British aristocrat, but he's got there's a guy that's got diamonds embedded in his face. I don't like that one. I don't know what one that is, but I think it might be the one that's next. Something like that. But there's also one about like a TV model.
Mads Mikkelsen.
No.
He's the baddie.
No, that's in the Daniel Craig one.
Oh, sorry, I'm thinking of Daniel Craig there. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
In previous old movies, I watched The Wolf of Wall Street again this week.
Brilliant.
Definitely my favorite director. Martin Scorsese. My God, that guy.
So good. So funny. Such a funny film.
That guy could do a movie about paint drying, and I would watch it.
Have you ever seen Silence?
No.
Pretty much, he's done that.
Oh, has he?
No. I didn't dig it.
Let me know. I tell you, it's in the similar vein. I could listen to Stephen Fry reading the phone book.
Oh, of course. Yeah, 100%. Yep.
Anyway, I saw his one-man show in the Shaw Festival Theatre a few years back. Unbelievably
really
good.
Did you?
So good, yeah. It was really, really good.
Do you know that he made all that? Do you know that he did that show? Sort of, he got booked to do the show and he agreed to it, and then he went, "God, what am I going to do?" And he didn't have a clue. But he was, he's not a stand-up comedian or anything, so he's like, so he just kind of warbled on, and it became a show type thing. Yeah,
that's cool. Yeah, man's a genius.
Man is a genius.
Yeah. Talking of good directors, we also watched Shaun of the Dead as well this week. Again.
Fantastic. Yeah.
And Stardust, which is directed by Matthew Vaughn, who gave us Kingsman, and Kingsman 2 and Kingsman 3, whatever it is, and Kick-Ass and all that kind of stuff. It's okay. I remember it being shorter.
I remember liking it more the first. We watched it actually not that long ago, and we had to put it off because Danny was bored. Yeah. I remember liking it the first time I watched it, but really.
There's segments of it where you could cut out a good 5 minutes here and there, and it would still make a good movie. Like the editor should have come in and said, "We can trim this down and make it a little bit tighter." It didn't quite.
He's actually saying that to us right now.
Is he? Not long. So I've been watching The Circle, obviously, because it's my favorite reality show. Still watching it. You should watch it. It's good. Brooklyn Nine-Nine, the final season, that got released on Netflix. So we watched the first couple of episodes. First one was a bit dark. Second one was a bit better. I mean, it's Brooklyn Nine-Nine. If you like it, you're gonna like it, but if you don't, you're not gonna like it. And I've also been watching a crap load of Top Gear, like just fast forwarding through the starting the most reasonable price car and all that kind of stuff, but just watching the kind of arsing about stuff. And doing that, and that's it. And that's it.
And that's that, dear.
Done. Should we thank the nice people for sticking by us?
Oh God, yes, well done.
So if you managed to make it this far, you remind smashing the old like button, share, comment below as well. If you were like, dear sir or madam, please stop making these shows. And if you do want timely reminders of when we put a new show up, then you should probably hit the old subscribe button and notification bell. YouTube will work its algorithms. You'll get a notification, and you'll see that we're working away and making stuff. So yeah, and that's it.
And that's it.
White porcelain.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everyone. Bye bye.